Oh my goodness gracious. That is fabulous. Come with me because we're getting ready for the snowstorm and we are making the best cheesesteak sandwiches you've ever eaten. Let's get started. In my pan, we're gonna start off with very high heat and some extra virgin olive oil just to coat the bottom of the pan. And we're starting off with the veggies because the veggies are gonna take longer than the steak. The steak is so incredibly thin that it's gonna take maybe a minute or two to cook. So I have here peppers, onions, garlic, and mushrooms that I sliced. I'm gonna give it some salt and pepper. Give it a toss in the oil. And we're just gonna saute this until the onions become translucent and the mushrooms get a nice golden brown on them. How gorgeous does that look already? Now that our vegetables are nice and soft, our onions, our peppers, our mushrooms, we're gonna take it out of the pan for just 1 second because we wanna start on the meat. So now we're gonna crank the heat up to high because we want this pan screaming, screaming hot. Again, our meat is so thin that we want to cook it quickly, but we want to get a nice sear on it as well. I have here ribeye steak that I cut really, 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 really thin. Very, very thin. And a trick to that is put your ribeyes in the freezer for about 15, 20 minutes. Let them get a little bit hard, and then slicing them paper thin becomes much easier. Now you see our pan is screaming hot. You can see the smoke coming off of it. We're gonna start dropping our meat in. And you wanna try to get it into one layer. Now we're just gonna hit it with some salt and pepper. Now leave it alone. Don't touch it. Let it sear on one side for about 2 minutes. Now we're just gonna toss it around. Look at the beautiful color that it got. See, that's from our pan being screaming hot. Now that our meat is 3/4 of the way cooked, we're gonna add the veggies back in and all of their juices. We're gonna give this a toss. And now you just wanna cook this for maybe 2 more minutes tops. You don't want your meat to dry out. You just want it to be fully cooked. Okay, she's fully there. So I'm gonna turn off the heat, and what I'm gonna do is, I have a blend here of mozzarella cheese and provolone cheese, sharp provolone. And I'm gonna just sprinkle it on top of our meat and veggie mixture. This is gonna be the best cheesesteak sandwich you've ever eaten. Now we're just gonna mix it in with all of those pan juices and wait until you see what it looks like. You're gonna get the cheese pull from the mozzarella, and you're gonna get the nice sharpness from the provolone. And see how those pan juices just emulsify and they become one with the mixture because we added the cheese. And just another little tip here, guys. Whenever you add cheese to anything, cut your heat. That's why you get a grainy tasting dish after you've added cheese, because you cooked the cheese at too high of a temperature and you overheated it. Look at that gorgeousness. Tell me that does not look delicious. All right, so now I'm just gonna toast up a wedge and then we're gonna plate her up and we're gonna taste it. Cheesesteak is done, and let's get this on the bread because I need to taste it. So I just toasted up a nice piece of Italian bread. I'm just gonna take a nice, oh, look at that cheese. Pile it in there. Look at how beautiful that looks. Oh my goodness gracious. That is fabulous. Get ready for the snowstorm. Make this. There's nothing better than to sit on the couch watching TV with this cheesesteak sandwich in your hand. Guys, if you want the recipe to my cheesesteak, just comment the word recipe and I'll be sure to send it to you DM. Thanks so much for hanging out with me.